Hey guys, in today's video we're talking about self-love. Self-love is so important. I've recently started my own self-love journey, and over the last 8-9 months or so, and it has been the most important thing that I've done for myself. So let me ask you, who taught you how to love yourself? I can say in my case, no one taught me how to love myself, and I wasn't aware that I didn't really love myself, because obviously everyone is going to assume that we love ourselves, but do we actually? And in my household, I mainly saw my parents walking all the time. They wouldn't do, they hardly ever did anything for themselves. If they did something for themselves, it might be 2-3 times in the entire year. That'd be a birthday or a trip to St. Martin. If you're familiar with where I'm from, Anguilla, St. Martin is 18-20 minute boat ride to an island that's right next door. They go over there for a weekend, spend time in a hotel, go buy a few clothes, have dinner and stuff like that, and that's it. And that only happened 2, max 3 times a year, if it was ever that often. Definitely at least twice a year, but that wasn't enough. That definitely wasn't enough. I just remember them walking all the time, grinding out. And what happened? That's what I ended up doing. I am such a workaholic, but it's because that's the example that was set for me, and ultimately, what we're doing from a subconscious level is following the patterns of our parents. So if your parents didn't set an example for you, if your parents didn't set an example by loving themselves and taking time out for themselves, how would you know how to do it if that wasn't an example in your life? So not until you spend time with yourself, learn yourself, know yourself, respect yourself, love yourself, will you be able to show up in an authentic way. You'll find yourself participating in practices that don't serve you, like people pleasing, self-sabotaging, and other harmful behavior. So people pleasing, this is a big one, and I'm guilty of people pleasing. I used to do this a lot. People pleasing could be something as simple as lending people money when you lending friends, family, anybody, lending money when you don't want to lend money, going to places when you don't want to go out. So let's say you prefer to stay home, your friends want to go out, you don't want to go out, and you still go along with them. That's people pleasing. You're only doing it for them. You're not honoring yourself. You're doing it to please others. What else? Illegal activities, you do some crazy stuff. I've definitely done some stuff that I should not have done, and is that people pleasing, peer pressure type stuff, and that's because you haven't learned how to properly honor and respect yourself. Another thing that you can do is you can self-sabotage. You can have limiting beliefs because you don't know how to honor and respect yourself. And self-limiting beliefs, for me, I wanted to do this YouTube channel for the longest while. I didn't do it because in my mind I thought that I couldn't articulate myself well enough. I thought that people would make fun of me, and all sorts of thoughts to not do it. And all of this has to do with a lack of self-love and a lack of self-respect and honor and reverence. A lot of those stuff mean the same thing. But anyway, so let's jump into it. There's a few things that I think that you can do that represent self-love. The first one is acceptance. Then we have gratitude. We have doing things that you say you do, spending time alone, and it's coming to me, and rewarding or treating yourself well. So let's go into the first one, acceptance. I think I wrote down acceptance first because I think that that's the most important one. All of these things are important. That's why I'm going to go through all of them. But acceptance is so important because you have to accept yourself as you are, where you are now. You have to know that as you are enough. Because think about it, you can't go back to the past to change the past. You can't jump into the future. You can only accept where you are, who you are right now. And who you are right now is perfect, because from where you are, you can start and completely transform, change your entire life to live the way that you want to live. And you'll do that from where you are. So you have to accept that who you are and where you are is perfect. You are enough and you are perfect just the way you are. The next thing, gratitude. Gratitude is, again, going back a bit to the accepting your current circumstances. And I think that everyone has things that they can be proud of. Like, as we live, we have these experiences, we did something and we know that like that was a good thing that we do, like we have these achievements and stuff like that. Be grateful for those achievements. Be grateful, honor yourself for everything that, again, that you are. Gratitude is accepting the present moment and just being grateful for everything that you have, right? Everything that you are. Being grateful that you are alive in the moment right now. Grateful that you have somewhere to sleep at night, that your bed is comfortable, that you have a job so you can pay your bills, so you can go out and you can have fun, spend time with your friends, and be grateful for friends and all that stuff. Under gratitude, you can meditate and just be in the present. Observe, feel, know the present that you're in, the present time that you're in, the here and the now. Feel it, like literally just feel it and appreciate that time, that space. I know why I close my eyes, I can meditate. No, you can journal and express yourself, like release your thoughts. They don't have to be trapped and stuck inside of your mind. You can release any thoughts that you have. You can release negative thoughts and you can release positive emotions, and you write it out, and it just creates this freedom for you, because instead of it just being here, when you write it out, it's a sense of releasing that creates this level of freedom, because it's no longer just in your mind but out of your system, at least in that moment, you know, because all of these things you have to practice. Next thing you can do, you can write affirmations. So affirmations, I think, is a really good thing to do, because you want to remind yourself about good things about you. So affirmation, you could say, I have amazing skin. Like off the top of my head, I hate doing stuff off the top of my head, but anyway, like, you have amazing skin. I have a great smile. I'm confident. I'm kind. I'm loving. Have high energy levels. You can literally say anything. You just want to remind yourself about the good that's within you, and things that you would like to do. You can write those in as affirmations as well too. So I am a YouTuber, for example, and then eventually you'll become a YouTuber. I am articulate on YouTube. I speak well or whatever, and then eventually you'll start to live as you affirm. Next thing, spending time alone. Spending time alone is so important. Like, instead of going out all the time, and that could fall under people pleasing, you could stay at home and you could go sleep early. Maybe you're feeling tired and somebody wants you to go out. You could say, nah, I'm not gonna go out. I'm gonna just stay at home. I'm gonna sleep. If you decide not to sleep and you want to do something else, you could do whatever you want to do. Like, you just have to show yourself that I am gonna listen to me. I'm gonna listen to me. Whatever I want to do that's pleasing to me, I'm gonna do that. And you spend that time alone. You could go out alone and enjoy your own company. You have to get comfortable with you, and in that time alone, that presence by yourself, It'll just be you and your thoughts, and you can like really slow things down, and do the things that will solve you. The next thing, doing what you say you're gonna do. This was a big one for me. Like, I can't recall exactly how I came across this in terms of like how I learned it, but I picked up this momentum where I realized that when I did the things that I say I was gonna do, that I would just have less negative talk, like that voice, because everybody has that voice in the back of their mind that tells them, oh, you can't do this, you ain't worthy, or whatever it says, because it says so much trash. That's not true, by the way. And I realized that the more I did what I said I was gonna do, the less that voice, the softer that voice become. I think now that voice is almost non-existent. Like, I hardly hear that voice because I'm constantly doing things that I said that I would do. So for me, that would have been like going for a run, reading, getting up early, meditating. These are things that I knew that I wanted to incorporate in my life for a long time, but I wasn't doing them. So as soon as I started doing them, it's like that negative talk just, like I say, it lowered, it vanished, and it's just not as present as it used to be. So think about things that you want to do, things that you've been putting off that you haven't done, that you can go ahead and do, and see how the negative self-talk is gonna react after you start doing the things that you say you're gonna do. So for example, let's say a room, you want to tidy your room. See how you feel after you tidy your room. You want to go to the gym. Like, a lot of people struggle with going to the gym and staying consistent. Try going to the gym like once or twice a week and stay consistent with that. See how you feel after that. See how you feel after the first week of going to the gym. Let's say there's a hobby that you want to start that hobby, see how you feel, you know. All right, next thing, this is the last one, rewarding yourself or gifting yourself. I think this is important. Now I think this is much easier for women than men. Women tend to more pamper themselves and do a bit more self-care than men, but there's still a lot of people, men and women, that don't do it. And what I'm talking about is, you know how if your mom, buddy, your dad, your lover, birthday or something, some occasion or anniversary or whatever is coming up, and you will go out of your way, you will think about like, what is it that I can do to make them feel special on this day, their day, right? That type of energy, you need to put that energy into yourself. You need to be like, what can I do for me that's gonna make me feel amazing? What can I buy? Where can I go? What can I do for myself that just completely makes me feel appreciated? Because many times we overlook that. What we would do is just get necessities. Let me speak for myself. Like, with me, I would hardly really reward myself, buy myself anything. I would just be get myself whatever I need to stay productive or to function, which could be like a bare minimum. I wasn't honoring myself and buying myself gifts or taking myself to somewhere nice or something like that. I mean, sometimes, but again, like the example I give earlier with my parents, like that would hardly happen. So I was hardly doing it. But now, like, I go out all the time, I buy myself. When it comes to buying myself stuff, I'm starting to slow down now, because I would like, if I want to get something for myself, I would get it because I know that I'm deserving, and I don't see why I should delay. And I'm not saying that we don't delay certain things. I guess it depends on how much it costs, But if it's something that I know is not gonna impact me negatively financially, like, I'll just get it, because I need to show myself that I will treat you well. I don't have to wait for anybody to get me anything, to ask me to go somewhere. No, I'm gonna take you wherever you want to go. I'm gonna buy you whatever it is that you want, not what you need, what you want, you know. And these things are extremely important. And the benefits of loving yourself, like, the first word that comes to my mind is peace. You feel so at peace with yourself. You feel complete. There's a sense of freedom. There is a sense of self-reliance, being self-assured, because when you do all these things, the message that you're sending to yourself, and the messages that you're sending to yourself, is that I care about you. I am gonna show up for you. I love you. You know, how often do you like tell yourself, Jermaine, I love you? You know, how often do you do that? How often do you say that? How often do you show yourself that? And when you practice these habits, and this becomes your way of life, you have shown yourself that you matter, you care. And with that, it's like this release and this comfort knowing that you have you, like you truly have your own best interests at hand. And like I said, there is a level of peace that comes with that. And for me, that's why I think that everyone needs to go on their own self-love journey, so that they can experience this peace, this self-reliance. Because at the end of the day, you only have you. Like, anything that you're doing, anything that you want to accomplish, the only person can do it is you. Yes, you can partner with other people, you will collaborate with other people, but you have to take that first step. You have to believe that you can take that first step. That's the next thing. In terms of your level of belief, it amplifies your level of belief, because you have that self-respect and that self-love that you know that I will do right by myself, and I believe that. And there's nothing that I won't do that will be beneficial for me. So I hope that you guys got value out of this video. Self-love is extremely important. And if you're not doing some of these things that I spoke about today, I hope that today you're going to do something for you. If somebody wants to go out this evening or do something and it's not what you really want to do, you say no and you do what you want to do. Alright guys, so I'll see you in the next video. Peace.